Evening, guys. Coming to you live from the door of my cock house, watching a little summer shower happen right now. Hadn't been over here on YouTube for a while. Want to do a video. We want to talk about change right here on this 4th of July weekend coming up. We changed a whole lot here in the United States for the right reasons. There's a couple things that most people don't know. It's in the rooster business right now. A lot of people do, most don't. You can go online right now and go to Sitebong and gamble online, just like gambling on a horse race. They recently got all this straight over there, and it's happening. This is a big positive for us because it gives us exposure. Exposure is exactly what we've needed for many, many years. Where you, the average person, can go online and watch the rooster fights, and they can gamble on it, whatever. And it's going to show the world that they ain't never been to a rooster fight what rooster fighting is really all about. Plus, a lot of other countries, including America, is going to see the tax dollars that's going to another country, leaving ours. When there's going to be the majority of the people gambling on, it's going to be from the United States, probably. And then you can think about it, probably, I imagine, some of the other countries is probably going to be following suit soon. I imagine Mexico is probably already trying to figure out a format for it, because that's big money. It's big revenue for a country. And if it ever happened here in the United States, you can imagine, and it will eventually, everything comes back around. Take, for instance, if you want to see my roosters fight, you knew what site to go to, you would be able to sit in your living room and watch my roosters compete at the Derby. Think about that. Or any other breeder. Think about the revenue that's going to bring in. All these things are good. They're good for the sport. Extremely good for the sport. Because the number one thing it does is it gives the sport exposure. And it shows the actual revenue that's involved would be for our government. Another thing that's happening really positive right now is Puerto Rico is fighting that interstate commerce to their country. And once they get that rolled over, it's the case law. It'll be case law then, and it rolls over everywhere. And they're going to win. They've won everything they've been in. They're going to win now, too. There's no doubt. They're going to win because they're right. That's the reason they're going to win. I've said it all along. They would win and Guam would win. Those two things right there, it should be then, at that point, once they get it rolled over, and this is probably going to take a little time, everything does. Once they get it rolled over, it should go back state by state here in the United States. Sorry, the phone was shaking. I'm outside and trying to swat the bugs at the same time. Here in East Texas, we got bugs big as turkeys. But once it goes back state by state with what's going on with the Philippines right now coming in, it's going to be two big, major positive things towards legalization again in the United States. And that's what the goal is. That's the eye on the prize. There ain't many people going to talk about this with you guys on social media. Well, number one reason is most people don't want it. A lot of people really don't want it. And I ain't talking about people that don't have roosters. I'm talking about the people that do have roosters, especially on social media. A lot of them don't want to ever have it to where you can call them up and say, hey, when you going to compete, man? I'd like to watch your roosters. A lot of people that sell the roosters, you know. And then if they do compete, you're going to get to see the roosters. of course. Which nobody wins them all, and everybody gets their butt handed to them. It's the first thing you have to understand. That being said, just think of all the places it can go. It's unbelievable. These are all positive things, positive changes. In the rooster industry, you probably hadn't heard anything about, and it don't surprise me. I mean, but if you want to check it, all you got to do is log on to Sideline. They'll put you right on. They'll have you within a couple of hours. You'll be gambling on the rooster fights, and anybody that wants to can. Anybody. So, and you get your money. I mean, it's just like any other online gambling with horses or anything else. So, those are big pluses on this 4th of July weekend coming up. The weekend that we brought about the ultimate change. So, everybody, keep your head up. These are good things. Very good things. And if you can't see how that would affect, how that does affect the American Rooster Man, you definitely just stick your head back in the sand. Just stick your head back in the sand. Because anything has to do with lots of exposure and lots of money. Our politicians on top of that, they on top of that. They love to make money, especially for them. Anyway, that's good for us. God bless you guys. Hope everybody has a great weekend. Y'all be safe out there. If you enjoy this, I also have a private group over on Facebook. You can message me on here or message me on Facebook, either one, and I can get you on that if you're interested. Anyway, God bless you guys. Thank you.